Hello, I'm Dr. Eileen Karpfinger. I'm a chiropractor and functional nutritionist in Oakland, California, and I've been in private practice for over 19 years with my husband in Oakland, where we create holistic solutions for our patients. I have with me Linda Schwader. Linda, welcome.
Thank you. Glad
Yeah.
to be here.
As Dr. Eileen, Dr. I is my name. You can find me at my website, drei.com. That's doctorei.com. If you have any questions or you want to follow up on anything. And I'm passionate about finding holistic solutions for all situations and conditions. My definition of a holistic solution is something that's good for both the short and the long term. And it's also inclusive of the whole body or of everything and everyone involved. My mission is to raise the threshold of when we resort to something symptom-based or reductionist, or only for the short term. So today, Linda Schwader is with us. Linda and I both work with a broad spectrum hemp oil called RECEPT. And Linda's going to give us a story that she has about RECEPT and shingles. And before we do that, I want to make sure I take a moment to speak for both of us, Linda, that we're not here to make any claims to heal, cure, prevent, or treat any disease or condition with our hemp oil. We use RECEPT as the supplement that it is that nourishes the endocannabinoid system. So what is the endocannabinoid system? It's a series of cells in our body that have a receptor on them that receive endocannabinoids and phytocannabinoids. So endocannabinoids, we have in our body the ability to make cannabis. We make two different kinds. We make 2-AG or 2-arachidonyl glyceride, and the other one's called anandamide. And both of those activate our endocannabinoid receptors, which get to work to do just one thing for our body. Our bodies, the endocannabinoid system in our body's job is to support the other systems of our body. So we have a skeletal system and a muscular system and a nervous system and a endocrine system, our hormones. We have a cardiovascular system. All of these, the newest and best research out there is showing that the endocannabinoid system is just helping these other systems do better. It's helping our body go back to homeostasis, back to balance, back to a place of ease. And so we're going to hear a story from Linda about her experience with RECEPT, which is a broad spectrum hemp oil that has CBD as well as CBG, 7 terpenes, which are the smells and the tastes of a plant, as well as a number of other cannabinoids in there. And it's a liposomal delivery. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But for now, I want to introduce you to Linda. And Linda, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and your experience?
Well, first of all, I'm Linda, and I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and been here since almost 2000. So been here about 19 years. And anyway, it was Easter Sunday, and I started feeling something in my eye. And Tuesday after Easter Sunday, I got misdiagnosed. And I was diagnosed with pink eye by a doctor. And I was treating pink eye for the next 4 or 5 days. And then on that Friday, it was so painful. And I describe it as stabbing needles and fire ants on fire at the same time inside my eye. And by this time, and you're going to show pictures in a little bit, it had started coming up my forehead into my head. So yeah, move it over just a little bit. There you go. So if you saw this close up, you see that the eye is, I can hardly see out of the eye. In the house, I had to have the shades drawn. I wore sunglasses in the house. I couldn't see a screen. In fact, why I started taking the pictures was so that I could take a picture on my phone and then enlarge it to see what my eye looked like, because I couldn't even look in the mirror. The sun was too bright. Yeah. And there you go. And so my eye there, you can see it's just hard. I can hardly keep it open, but you see the little spots are starting to come on my head. Mm-hmm. And so I went to the emergency room. They decided that it was, in fact, shingles. So they gave me some horrifically strong pain medicine because I was in so much pain. And they changed my eye drops from pink eye to shingles drops, antiviral stuff.
Okay.
Now, the next 2 days, I seriously vomited everything up. That I couldn't keep the pain medication down. I couldn't keep a piece of toast down. I couldn't keep anything down. So it was a Sunday morning, and I woke my son up and I said, "You have to take me to the emergency room right now." And we went back to the emergency room. I walked in. By this time, my eyes completely swollen shut. This is Sunday morning. And you can see it's just like my completely swollen shut. I could hardly open my eye at all.
Your whole face is swollen.
Yeah, my whole face. Not by now you can see it's enlarged, but my eye was even so more painful. So they gave me, and I couldn't keep any of the pain meds down. Now, what I will tell you is I was taking hemp oil during this whole time. I throw up the pain medicine that was pharmacy medicine, which I don't usually like that, but I was in so much pain, I was willing to do just about anything to get rid of the pain. And I would take the hemp oil, and that would like, I would say, oh, and it was just, it numbed me enough to be able to go back to sleep. So I go back Sunday morning, and now they give me an intravenous pain medicine, intravenous anti-nausea. The first one didn't work. I was still throwing up. So they gave me a second anti-nausea, and they sent me home. And so now
is this when you were in this position?
No, that was the other one before this. Now,
okay, so this is after this.
2 days later.
Okay.
And that actually was my birthday.
Oh.
So now it's my birthday. I'm not going to do anything on my birthday. People are calling. One quick story on Saturday night, after I went to the emergency room that morning, somebody texted me and said, no, they didn't text me. They FaceTimed me. And I said, you don't want to FaceTime me. You don't want to FaceTime me. And they said, no, we do. We don't. And I literally had a friend on there, and I couldn't see. I couldn't see who it was. I saw who calling me, but they had somebody there that was, out of town kind of thing. And I thought, I don't even know who I'm talking to because I can't see, So anyway, then on my birthday, my eyes still swollen shut. I didn't go out, but I'm getting better, I'm getting better. And by now things are starting to, I'm starting to take the hemp oil and not just take it inside on my tongue.
You're like this?
Yeah, that's 2 more days later. This is that's after my birthday. So now I'm starting to feel the bumps, but they're not scabs yet. But I can feel it, and they're going from here all the way up to here.
Wow.
So it was inside. It was in my hair. I could feel it in my hair. And so that was, let's see, Tuesday was my birthday, April 30th, and then the May 3rd is the picture that you have there. That's with the scabs. Now, so just from April 30th to May 3rd, those bumps became scabs. Well, I didn't want those scabs to scar. So I started taking, here's the RECEPT, okay? And what I would do is I would take it internally and then put some on my hands and just rub it, like put it on, just so that it would help with hopefully not scarring. I mean, I didn't know. And that was May 3rd when I had those scabs. And I'll tell you, there was a friend of mine had a one-day workshop. Now, you got to realize that I was diagnosed 1 week before with shingles. And now it's 1 week later. I still have scabs on my face, but I can see out of my eye. I can actually drive. I can go places. 1 week later. And I told my friend, her program was called Beauty, Brains, and Business. And I told her, I said, I'm going to come. I don't look beautiful. I can't wear makeup. I'm going to have scabs. I look like I was in an accident, but I don't want to miss it. And I went, and it went from 9 to 4, and about 2:30 or 3, I did leave because I was still, my body's still healing from this. And I didn't have the energy I normally would. But I stayed there till that afternoon, came home and took some more hemp oil and went to sleep. I never took any more pharmaceutical drugs at all once I came out of the hospital the second time, or the emergency room. And then the other thing was I did have eye drops that I was using. Because corneal specialist, shingles can actually make you go blind or lose part of your sight. Whew. And I wasn't willing to do that.
So the takeaway from this story is pre-shingles, during shingles, and after shingles, you were taking RECEPT.
Yes.
And You also took pharmaceuticals. Sometimes they didn't stay down. Sometimes you took some serious ones. They had them intravenously, and sometimes they were helping. But in the end, the response that you had was way shorter, right?
Oh,
Like by how long? What do you hear about shingle stories?
okay. So one of my dear friends found out on my birthday that I had shingles in my eye. And he says, "Oh, my wife had that 3 years ago. And it took her 6 months before she was back to being normal." So that was 6 months. Okay. And then I had, yeah, I've heard all kinds of stories, many of them in the eye.
Wow.
Most of them, they're around their waist and they're, around their core part of their body.
Uh-huh.
I told you this, but a week ago, somebody did not know that I'd had shingles, so it wasn't part of my story, and said that her husband got shingles, which traveled to his brain, caused him to be in a coma, and then after he woke up from his coma, he had lost part of his memory, which now he's regained part of his memory, except he doesn't remember his daughter's wedding last year. And I said, "Well, how did shingles go from?" She said, "Well, we're all connected."
It's a nervous system.
Yeah.
It's a nervous system.
Because I thought, man alive, he had it in his waist and it went to his brain. I had it in my head. It could have gone into my brain so easily.
Thank goodness it responded so fast. Your body responded so fast and so efficiently. And if we go back and we understand this story and maybe think that RECEPT had any ability to contribute to your healing faster, what we're speculating, and we can't know for sure, is that your endocannabinoid system was working so hard for you all the way through because you were nourishing it and helping it stay active with this great RECEPT hemp oil, that your experience with shingles is about as good as it gets. I mean, as horrible as that was, it was a fast. I mean, you had a couple of days that were rough, but other than that, you recovered well. You have no scarring. My goodness, you don't see a thing. And I'm just thankful that you were able to get through this unscathed and in such a quick way. And it didn't go from, I mean, you're talking what was on your face. Those are facial nerves. The facial nerves are something that are so intricately connected to the brain that, if you've ever heard of Bell's palsy, that's something that almost never goes away for somebody who has it, because it's so close to the brain that it's such a imprinted pattern. For you to get away with that not hitting your central nervous system, again, I have to say that it must have something to do with your smart endocannabinoid system helping out.
Well, I believe so too. And show the very last picture, because you're seeing me now in July. This all happened in April, May. This was May, I believe it was May 18th-ish. So I'm telling you, I went to the emergency room April 26th, and this is May 18th.
Right, and you can see just above what I see here as your left eye, there's a little bit of, that's it. And that's how many days later?
Well, it's less than a month.
Unbelievable.
Less than a month. And I talked to a doctor at the national conference that we went to, and he said that with shingles, about a third of the people will get shingles once and they'll never have it again. And about another third will get it and they'll have it maybe again. And then a third of people will be plagued with it somewhat the rest of their life.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a sister, which I did not even know she had shingles ever, years ago. She had it on her face, not her eye. And she says that now she sometimes starts feeling tingling there, and she knows then that she's under too much stress and she needs to pull back. But she's never had an outbreak again. But she's also a person that realizes the signs of her body are giving her messages.
Right.
The message is, I'm getting stressed.
Right. And what is something that we can do? What are some of the ways that we can reduce stress in our lives? We can get a better sleep routine, just do our self-care, right? And part of our self-care is to nourish the endocannabinoid system to help it help us. So our RECEPT is part of our self-care process, right? Your sister know about this?
Yes, she uses the hemp oil. One other quick thing. So after I went to the emergency room, then I needed to go back to the eye doctor, but I couldn't drive. So I had a dear friend of mine that drove me, and then he gave me the eye drop prescription for shingles. I had one for pink eye, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Gonna. So she dropped me off at the house, and she went to our local pharmacy. Now, the local pharmacy is not a CVS or Walgreens or anything like that. It's a local pharmacy. And so she went there, and the pharmacist said, you know, this is an I know they prescribed anti-nauseous medicine. And the pharmacist said, you know, she might want to try hemp oil because that is a really good anti-nausea medicine. Not medicine, but you know. And my friend says, well, she already sells hemp oil, so I think she has some at home.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So even the pharmacist was getting in on it.
Nice. Well, cool. Anything else you want to share with us, Linda?
No, the only thing I want to say too is I think that from the time that I was young, my mom always taught that, you know, it's not the drugs that we take that fix us, it's our own immune system. You know, a lot of times when we think we have a headache or something like that, it wasn't that she gave us something to cure the headaches. It's like, you know, you're not drinking enough water, you're not eating the right foods or whatever. So I grew up with that kind of mentality. And I think that one of the things that I did when I was in so much pain is I just realized my body's giving me a message, and I just have to take care of myself. And right now I have to succumb to the fact that I'm sleeping 20 hours a day. And I just have to take care of me to get better, because it's not the drugs the doctors give me or anything like that. And that's why I love this hemp oil, is because what that does is it helps our immune system heal ourselves. You know, nothing else makes us healthy but us.
Right.
And what we can do to make ourselves. And so I just appreciate my health. And whenever we have a health crisis like this, I think we always resolve we're going to eat better, do better, everything like that. But the reality is that you can get a health crisis and you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
And so what we can do ahead of time, we don't wait till the health crisis, do something ahead of time, during and after.
Right. As a practitioner, I can tell you that, you know, somebody might be doing just fine. They're below threshold of a crisis. And then something happens, either a car accident or a divorce or a family member dies or something like that. And it puts them over threshold and spiraling downward with something like an autoimmune issue that they've had before, or anything like that. So you're speaking to exactly what we preach as holistic practitioners, in that if you're taking care of yourself before there's a crisis, the crisis may not even show up, or if it shows up, it's going to be a lot less severe. So yeah, I completely agree.
So thank you, RECEPT.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on this
Absolutely
live with me today. Again, my name is Dr. Eileen Karpfinger. You can find me at drei.com. That's DOCTOREI.com. Linda, if you see this video and you want to know more about this product, Linda is going to have this on her Facebook page. I have it on my Facebook page. It'll be a YouTube. Just go to whoever sent this video to you and talk to them. This is a direct marketing product, so anybody can work with it, and we look forward to talking with you about it if you come to us about it. All right?
Thank you, Eileen.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.